Welcome back to Move It. Behind me is New York Harbor, and across that is the city of New York and the Statue of Liberty.
There are about 21 million consumers in the immediate region around New York City. And beyond that, there are about 100 million more people who live in the Northeast, Midwest, and parts of Eastern Canada within about a day's travel from here. And if you're one of those people, the chances are that the coffee and orange juice you drank this morning, the suit you put on to go to work, or maybe even the car you drove to get there, arrived from overseas to the port of New York and New Jersey. The port is the largest on the East Coast, so ships chock full of imports usually stop here first, especially if they're coming from Europe or from Asia via the Suez Canal. This port has 6 terminals arrayed along the harbor shorelines. Cargo ships call on these terminals from exotic places like Hong Kong and Singapore, Antwerp and Tokyo, Cape Town and Casablanca, bringing the imported products this huge market consumes each day. In fact, about a third of the goods that arrive by sea on the entire eastern seaboard passes through the Big Apple. So what is the strategic reason why so much funnels through here? Well, the name of the game in transporting stuff is to move it quickly, in a straight shot, as close as possible to its final destination, and to do it at the most reasonable cost. The Port of New York and New Jersey has some huge advantages in each of these strategic goals. First, moving stuff by water is the most economical way to go. Having an ocean nearby this metropolitan area is pretty convenient for moving freight, which, when you stop to think about it, is the reason why a city was built here in the first place, to be close to shipping. And in many ways, that strategic positioning is the same as it was 400 years ago when New York was founded. This city was built from its water trade, and it is that trade that continues to be its lifeblood. Secondly, the Port of New York and New Jersey is located at the heart of the most densely populated part of the country, which means goods that pass through here are already very close to the consumers who will use that stuff. And third, the infrastructure at the port allows for an efficient, cost-effective flow of goods. These containers, jam-packed with stuff from all over the world, can be hauled off of ships and loaded onto trucks and trains within hours. The port handles some 5 million of these containers each year, bringing in chocolates from Belgium, fine wines from France, clothing from Vietnam, electronics from China, coffee and orange juice from South America, automobiles from Japan and Germany. And in addition to imports, the port is also the debarkation point for a huge amount of U.S. exports, with the same ships taking on cargo bound for other points around the globe. Overall, about $130 billion worth of cargo passes in or out of the port annually. And if things were not already humming here, the port has invested over $2 billion to improve operations even more. Many of these enhancements will enable the port to accept the larger ships that will come here once the widening of the Panama Canal is completed. Bigger ships are more efficient at moving freight, so to get ready for them, the port will raise this bridge, the Bayonne Bridge, so that taller ships can pass under it. This terminal is expanding its berth. For you landlubbers, that's the area where the ships dock. These guys are working to stretch that dock space to over half a mile in length. The port is also digging its channels to 50 feet deep, improving local roads for truck traffic, adding new rail connections, and basically just getting ready to handle a whole bunch more cargo. All designed to assure its smooth sailing for the cargo coming in and out of the Port of New York and New Jersey.